Well, let's start right now with the federal election campaign, which is now in its second half, and four party leaders, well, last night took part in their first debate. It was in French, hoping to influence votes in Quebec. So for more on what took place, let's go to Ottawa right now. Janice McGregor, watching that debate, joins us live right now. So how did they do, Janice?
Well, it's important to remember here, Michael, that the TVA debate is always very laser-focused on the province of Quebec and that audience. The Bloc's Yves-Francois Blanchet, he does have a natural advantage here in that he never has to govern. So he goes into all these debates with a totally free hand just to spray criticism around in every direction. His goal, of course, is always to win enough seats to deny the Liberals or the Conservatives any chance of a majority government, therefore have maximum leverage to lobby for Quebec's interests. There's some question whether his caucus might be shrinking in this election. I don't think he was quite as dominant as he was 2 years ago in this debate. Nevertheless, he was a very effective sniper. But Justin Trudeau, for his part, did not sit back and play defense. He was very aggressive, leaned right in, going after those Quebec seats that he needs. He was using very informal language. And it was interesting, you know, you could tell which exchanges his partisans felt really went over well. I'm just going to play you a snippet here of one between him and Conservative leader Erin O'Toole about two-tier health care.
J'ai dit que je vais toujours respecter les champs des compétences. Vous avez un problème avec ça.
On parle pas de champ de compétences.
Vous allez
d'un système de santé à deux vitesses. C'est ce que vous proposez, que les riches aient plus de choix. Oui ou non, Monsieur O'Toole?
If you don't speak French, I think you can get a handle on kind of what he was very dramatically going for. There was another exchange late in the debate that Liberal partisans were also very keen on about gun control. Trudeau had memorized the page in the Conservative platform. He wanted to go after O'Toole on, of course, gun control really plays in a kind of unique way in Quebec. O'Toole's team, on the other hand, they were really talking up some blows that he landed on Trudeau when they were talking about the government's treatment of women in the military. I have to say, though, because there was so much incoming fire at O'Toole from both Blanchet and Trudeau, his biggest victory probably was his ability to absorb those blows and not look lost in the face of attacks the way Andrew Scheer did 2 years ago. As for Jagmeet Singh, he did get off some good one-liners. He went on a real tear against Blanchet on the issue of racism, but generally they laid off of him a little bit, which is probably not a good thing because it may mean that Democrats aren't really seen as a threat in Quebec.
Now, there are two more debates coming up in this campaign, one on September the 8th, the other on September the 9th. Did what we see in TVA's debate give us a preview of some of the key issues that will emerge in the next two debates?
Well, it's really interesting, Michael. You know, here we are past the halfway point in this campaign, and the issue of why we're having this election at all kept coming up. One very early when they were talking about the pandemic and vaccine mandates, and then again in the middle of the debate when all the other opposition leaders insisted that they could work together in this parliament, and it was up to Justin Trudeau to say, no, minority government doesn't work. We did have good exchanges on climate change, childcare. I think that'll come up again. Other things we heard last night, like a debate about a bridge in Quebec City, that's not going to come up in the national debate. But there was a moment where Justin Trudeau went after Erin O'Toole about not having a fully costed platform. He had to go off topic to do it. That did feel like a preview of something that's going to be litigated in the English debate to come.
Okay, Janice, thank you for that. We'll speak again. Our Janice McGregor in Ottawa.